everybody. I took this trip to Sprouts today, so I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff I got. So, it's pretty inexpensive. It's like $1.99. So I got a bag of spinach. I got mushrooms. I got bell pepper. Hey, everybody. And I got organic chicken broth. Free range, no salt added, so I can control the flavor myself. And I got these. Now, I saw these and I've been wanting to try them. I used to eat this stuff that was called like cruciferous crunch. And it was basically a mix of cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, and then it had like cabbage and it might have had some like broccoli slaw in it as well. But it was really good, and I would use it for like the crunch on my, to add crunch to like my sandwiches. When I first started doing keto, and then even after I was doing keto, and my kids even liked it, the cruciferous crunch, they did at least. So I'm actually thinking that this will be a great side dish if I go ahead and saute it. It is a really nifty thing that you can actually go ahead and put in the microwave. But I'm thinking I'm going to saute some up with maybe some bacon and have that to go with some chicken adobo instead of the rice. So I think that would be tasty. So if you guys have decided to try the chicken adobo, this is going to be what I'm going to use to make a side dish, an easy side dish. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today. But I'm also going to finish sharing what else I got. And so the last couple of things that I got were, I got this coleslaw, the tricolor coleslaw. It comes pretty inexpensively, and I like to shop inexpensively, as most of us probably do. And you guys would be surprised what a serving size of most veggies are. Whereas the serving sizes of like processed food that's not all that great is usually really low, and we usually overeat that stuff, or we eat way more than what we think or what the serving sizes that are recommended. With the veggies, we eat a lot less. So the serving size on these is 2 cups for a grand total of 5 grams of carbs and 25 calories. So 2 whole cups of this. And so like a quarter or a fifth of the bag or whatever. So I got this because I can use this like I was talking about, like I would use the cruciferous crunch, but I also like to fry this because I don't know if you guys have ever had fried cabbage, but if you want a shortcut way to make fried cabbage, you get you some of this, you get you some bacon, you get some onions, and you saute it together, and it tastes so good. So I'm going to probably do that. And then I got this bag of salad, which is the same kind of deal. I use this if I want to make another fajita pita, which most likely I will do because I have a tendency to repeat meals a lot. And that is something that I do recommend if you're trying to get in the groove of eating a certain way, or, you know, build some better eating habits. If you find something that you really like, you can stick to it for a while just to get into the groove and get into the routine of eating differently, and it just makes it a lot less headache when you can, you know what you like, you know what you'll be able to eat, and stick to your plan. So that's another easy tip to follow. Quickly, to show you guys the recipe that I said. It's a really quick thing, but it will come in handy and be a delicious side for the adobo chicken that I just posted the recipe for. So I thought it would be nice to share a good recipe to have on the side of that would be tasty and doesn't have to have a bunch of carbs in it. Obviously the kids can have, you know, rice or something like that, but for the adults trying to keep their keep their carbs a little lower, then this is a great option. Obviously, I'm not keto, so if you're also not keto, then you can try some other options like brown rice or something like that. Even though I'm not keto, I am sugar free, so I do still like to keep my carbs a little lower than what the average American diet would entail. And so I'm gonna go not too heavy because I'm using bacon in this, so I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of coconut oil for this. And so get a little bit more, maybe a teaspoon, just to cover the whole surface of the pan. Excuse my orange, guys. So I'm gonna try to change the angle a bit so you guys can see what's going on in the pot. You guys don't necessarily want to look at me. You guys want to see what's going on. So give me just a second. Okay, so the pot is heating up. And what I have here is just about a quarter cup of onion that I've chopped up pretty small. Real basic stuff. And so start cooking that and letting it soften up a bit. And so I like to put, like I told you guys yesterday, I like to put a little bit of salt and pepper on it just to bring out the flavor. And those who are using this in a low carb diet, since I'm not keto, I'm sorry I keep saying that, but I'm not keto, but a lot of my recipes are and will be. But what I want to say though is that I am not counting carbs really strictly, and I won't be doing a lot of counting as far as vegetables go. But onions in particular can be higher in sugar content and carbs. So if you do happen to be on like a keto diet, then it's good to measure how much onions you're using in your stuff, especially if you're in the very beginning. If you're knee deep in it, a day where you eat a little bit more onions is fine. But if you're just getting in or trying to get into ketosis and you want to speed that up, or you're wondering why it's slow or something like that, then you need to be more careful about your carbs. And things like onions, tomatoes, things with higher sugar content, you have to be careful with that kind of thing. So my eyes are burning a little bit from the onions. So I'm going to actually burn a little cold water. That's a nice trick that really works if you like prayer. Really cold water and kind of just get your face in it. It really helps with your eyes burning. Cold water. And so we're starting to get some color on these onions. I'm dropping a little bit of water from my hand, so I don't want to do that because we're not in the process yet where we would want to start steaming anything. And so I did break up some bacon to go in it as well. But I think I will put this in first, and then I'm going to go in with seasoning again. And I don't think I'll use the whole bag. It's resealable, so I'm hoping that I can use it for something else. Now this stuff cooks down a lot, so for now I won't be using the whole bag, but let's see. how it goes to start. Because I don't know if my kids are going to jump on board for this particular part of the meal. If they have their rice, maybe they will have a bit of it. There's a trash can right over there. I'm making a video right now. Can you wait a second?
Yeah, you can make me some.
So it's starting to brown. So I'm going to go ahead and put some seasoning, some salt. Need to refill my Himalayan pink salt and pepper. And I'm going to do a little bit of the smoked paprika. Definitely don't want to forget my onion powder. And a tip with onion powder and things like that that can cake up in containers like this, you don't want to do what I just did. You want to try to avoid letting like steam and stuff like that get into those types of containers, because they cause the clumping that you'll see. And you have to be careful with your seasonings about getting them at the bottom of the pot, because they can often burn, or they can burn. And so I'm going to take it, I took it off the eye so it doesn't continue to cook too much. I'm going to turn it down a bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon. And this is quite a bit of bacon. But this will give us a little bit more oil to work with. It'll let off a little bit more oil and fat from it, so that the pot's not getting dry and it's not burning, nothing's burning. And I also turned it down a bit. And so probably when my daughter was like about 2 years old, I remember her grandmother, she had made like dinner. Her grandma's a really good cook. And she had made Brussels sprouts, and I'll never forget, they were so good. And I asked her what she did with them. And they had like a tangy taste, and they were like full of flavor. And they were whole, and I had never really liked Brussels sprouts. I'd never taken to them. And that changed that day. They were so good. I've since experimented with them and made them like this, but I didn't have the convenience of them already being cut down the way they are now. But what she had done was she had cooked them in vinegar, is what she said. So what I like to do is, after I'm done sauteing, and I want to get like, just let the cooking finish and steam through the rest of the way, I'll put a little vinegar to give it that nice kick that it gave it that day. After I get the bacon a little crispy and stuff, and get all the browning I want to get on the Brussels sprouts, then I go ahead and let it steam the rest of the way through with a little bit of vinegar in it, and gives it a nice flavor, and it's the perfect side to go with our chicken. And it was like done in a snap. It's really easy, really accessible, and a great option. I hope you guys give this a try. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.